before we even get into it, let's do a quick sewing room tour. It's not a big room, so this isn't going to take long. As a matter of fact, montage. Here's my lethal fabric stash. The bottom row is a little rough, but we have 2 rows on each level. It's a lot, and I wrapped them all myself, so yeah. Hello, I'm Larry and welcome to my channel where I do crafty things with a little bit of side quests. We have a lot to get through today. We're going to be getting into our first project for winter sewing, and ironically it's going to be the camo pants that I've been indecisive about for like the last 5 days. It's crazy that this is the first thing. I need to think about this. Also, I will be using my serger for the first time today. Overlock machine. It's the same thing. So we're going to be putting our trusty pearl aside today and bringing out the overlock machine, and hopefully it's not too complicated, and then we're going to get into these camo pants. When I did my Pinterest dive, most of it was more of like a sporty or street style, and it's crazy because camo is either military affiliated or street style, no in between at all. But we'll be going for a more classy silhouette, a palazzo pants I think they're called. That's what we're going for. Nothing street. I don't think street is really my style. So this is the camo. I think we have about 2.5 yards. Definitely a Joann's final sale purchase. We all were going crazy in Joann's when they were closed now. I did skim a few YouTube tutorials and I realized the only measurement I actually need for this palazzo pants is the crotch. So I'm just going to use a pattern I already have with a crotch curve already in it, and then I'll decide how many pleats I want on this pants. I'm definitely going for a full flowy look, but let's see how much material we have, honestly. So let's see how much we can have. Pro tip, if you really want to elevate your fabric stash, just cut out some strips of cardboard and wrap your fabric around it. That's literally how I was able to make my dream fabric stash layout. So the perfect pants. So right now I'm just going to start with cutting my front panels, and I'm going to show you guys the pattern in a second. So this is the pattern piece that I'm literally just copying the crotch from. I'm putting the crotch towards the open side because this other side I haven't cut into yet. We're literally only cutting this side out. Okay, that was a pretty rough cut. And I measured from my waist down to my feet, and it's about 42 inches. So I'm just going to put 43 just to make my life easier. I'm done with this piece, so back into storage it goes. So now we have the front crotch. I'm just going to split the 2 sides. I didn't measure my waist before starting this, but I think it's already a good width, fingers crossed. So I'm just going to split it down. I literally love this electric cutter. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the front, with the back. If you ever find yourself overthinking pants, just remember that it's literally 4 panels sewn together. So this is the back piece, and I'm just going to lay it out and trace it like I did the front piece. And now we're done with this. So now we can actually get into using our overlock machine. I'm going to use all the black thread I have because I didn't buy enough spools. I didn't understand that you have to put 4 rolls of thread on here. I don't know why it never crossed my mind. We're going to use what we got. So we have 3 rolls of black and 1 roll of white. It looks like it's not going to be seen that much. So let's get to it. I found a lot of good instructional videos on YouTube about how to set these up. So hopefully my knowledge doesn't fail me. So I'm in no way, shape, or form qualified to lead you through this valley of the serger.
Forward the ordering at 5.
Oh my god. I got it. Yes! And I have no issues right now. It's literally the perfect serge. I might take off the knife just because I don't trust myself, and I might chop off half the fabric I need. So this is how my test fabric came out. I don't know if you can see it, but it's perfect. Honestly though, there has to be a support group for threading sergers. I'm not talking about the difficulty, I'm talking about the tediousness of it. We started threading this at 1:32. It is 1:55 right now. That's how long it took me to set this up. So God forbid the thread slips out, because I'm just going to, I would literally cry. I would cry if the thread came out at this point, because oh gosh. But I think I'm gonna take off the knife feature. Let me turn this off. Safety first, just until I'm comfortable with serging in general. 10 out of 10. Now let's get into these pants, because We have like an hour left before I have to go do responsibilities. Also, this packet is really helpful. At first I was like, why do I need a tweezer for a machine? And then I was like, yeah, that's why we need a tweezer. And then it comes with all these other, I don't know what this would be for because my manual was not in English. Why do I need a mesh bag? But this will probably come in handy, so I'm gonna keep it close by. But let's get to these pants. Okay, so we have both of our crotch seams sewn up. So now I'm going to be smushing these two pieces together and sewing along the inner seam. We're going to open these two pieces up and we're gonna put them right sides together. Make sure I pin the crotch at least. Okay, so we're back on the serger and I'm having such a good time. I really think this is a really good tool for perfect finishing, especially as a beginner. I don't think you can backstitch on this. Okay, so now that we have this huge pants kind of structure, it is time to add the pleats. But I also want to add pockets. I completely forgot about it. You can convince me that I didn't buy this. Okay, so now that I have the pleats already set, I think I'm gonna do a stay stitch with my regular sewing machine and then work on the pockets. The goal is just to secure the pleats in place so that we can work on the pockets. Oh man, I ran out of thread. I hate when that happens. And this is why we have extra bottoms. Okay, so I freehanded some pockets. I need a way to get in and out these pants because they're not stretchy at all. But I think I'm gonna pause here for now just because it's getting pretty late in the day and I'm getting kind of hungry. So yeah, let's go make some bruschetta. Good morning, good afternoon actually. We've had a pretty late start today, but Ducky and I are heading out to an antique shop. If it feels like we're doing a side quest every time I do a vlog, it's because we are. I have too much going on in my head. So today's scheme is to find a photo frame that has raised edges, and I'm planning to make that into our jewelry holder. These are the inspirations. It's not quite accurate, but you'll get the picture when I'm done because I don't know how else to explain this. But we're not going to spend too much time there because I want to get back and keep working on my project. Okay, so we're about to head out. You guys are coming with me, obviously. Gold or like a tarnished is what I mean when I say vintage. I think this is cute. After wandering around for 23 minutes and 37 seconds, we decided on a frame, but spoiler alert, although it was beautiful, it was too big for what we had in mind. You would think I'd measure before leaving the house. I decided to hang it in our bedroom because just look at it. A win is a win. Okay, so I have my invisible zipper. It's about 14 inches long. And I completely forgot, but we need to serge the 4 seams at the sides. I'm gonna do that really quickly and then we're gonna get into these pockets. I have my video up for Sew Anastasia. Shout out to my girl. She gets me through a lot. So these pants are basically ready. I just need to attach a waistband. This strip is all I have left to work with, so we're gonna make it work. But I think we're basically done after that. Actually, no. We still need to hem the bottom and finish the pant leg all the way down. One of the girlies commented and recommended Etsy for my lace for the top, but I think the top is actually going to be a dress. I did go on Etsy and ordered some lace. It's going to take 6 weeks, but the top that we sketched will be a dress now. So I can't wait for that project. Stay tuned. The waistband, I measured the opening at the top, which is my waist, and then I cut a slim rectangular strip from the remaining bones of the fabric. I pressed it open and serged the raw edges. Then we sewed the outer side first, tucked the inner side, and stitched in a ditch, as they like to say. Okay, so we are done with the waistband. And I will admit I could have did a little bit better on the invisible zipper, but it is what it is. And then we also hemmed the bottom of both feet. Now all that's left is to just cut off all the hanging threads and such. And after that, we'll be completely done with these palazzo pants.